Good morning and welcome back to the Spooligan Fishing and VMO YouTube channels. You join me here today at Ogmore on the South Wales coastline. I'm set to meet Spooligan ambassador Lee Byrne. However, something happened this morning that hasn't happened for many years. I'm an hour and a half late, so I'm expecting to have my wrist slapped a telling off when I get down there to see Lee. It is -4 degrees at the moment. It was actually -6 when I left my house this morning. So without further ado, I'm going to get my kit on, keep myself warm, go and pay for the parking and get myself down there, get my rods out and hopefully get into some fish. Just before I do that, I'd just like to explain the situation with the parking here at Ogmore. Ogmore runs for a couple of miles up this way, and there is a few car parks along the way that please do make sure you use. Do not park in the residence area, as you will get parking tickets. As you approach Ogmore, you come along the river, you'll see the main car park, which is where I am today. I will show you how much the car parking is and how to pay shortly. Park here for this section of Ogmore, which I will show you in the video once I've got my kit on. I'm heading down towards the mark. You go a couple of miles along parallel with the coastline. At the top there, at the end of the houses, there is another car park. Same situation, pay and display. That would lead you down to the start of Ogmore Deeps as such. Further up from that, then there is a lay-by that will hold probably 3, maybe 4 cars. That's free of charge to park. You walk down the grass hill and that takes you to the end of Ogmore Deeps generally. But please make sure, like I've said before, you pay for your parking. Don't get caught. Don't get that parking ticket. So look, I'm going to get myself down to the beach, get some rods out and hopefully, fingers crossed, get into some fish. Here we are, guys. This is the car park payment plan for fishing Ogmore. Pay and display, obviously, and then you can park anywhere in this huge car park that oversees the beautiful Ogmore. So again, here's the prices, and you know, please ensure that you pay, because I know quite a lot of anglers who've decided not to pay, and when they've got back to the car after their session, they've been stung with a fine. And for the sake of £6.50 per day, it's just not worth it. Yeah, so make sure you get your car park paid, guys, before you start your fishing. So I'm filing down at the mark. I've just been to see Lee, had my slap on the wrist and my telling off, and now it's down to business. Just set the rods up. I'm just about to bait up and get my rods out there. Having spoken to Lee, he's had a small-eyed ray on the first cast, and believe it or not, the lad next to him has just caught a seagull. So the boys are rescuing the seagull, ready to set it free, rebait and get their rods out. I'm going to be using sandhill squid on my first rod. I'm going to get that out shortly, hopefully get into an early fish, and then I'm going to catch up with Lee, talk about old times, the future, and what's going to happen today. We shall see you shortly. Let's go. I guess you're wondering why I'm walking back to the van at this early stage. A good young gentleman just shouted down to me and asked me, do I have an orange transit van? Obviously I said yes. He said I've left the cab light on. So, you know, I guess there are some genuinely nice people out there, because if he didn't shout me, when I got back to the van later, the battery would be dead. I'd be devastated and stuck. So, just arriving at the van now, switch them lights off, get back down and try and get my rods out. I guess today is the start of a bad day. But you know what? Stay positive, stay focused, and again, let's try and get some fish for you. So I finally got the rods out, and my day just keeps on getting worse. Rod's been in the water for 5-6 minutes. Lovely bite, and guess what? I've missed it. So yeah, today isn't a good day, as I've said previously. Very strange to have missed the bite on the prolific loop rig. Now, as you know, in previous videos, Lee has spoken about this rig being his most preferred rig along this part of the coastline, as it does so well. But the way my day has started, let's hope it ends better, eh? We'll catch up later on with Lee regarding the loop rig, watch how he baits it up, and then watch him send that lead across the channel. But for now, rebait the rig, get it back out there, stay positive, stay focused, and keep going. As much as we're both working hard to try and catch a few rays down here at Ogmore, we're being plagued by these baby dogfish. To a cast on the loop rig. It's hitting the bottom, and within minutes we're reeling 2 of these babies back in. Hopefully another hour into the tide and these might disappear and the rays may move in. But I guess we'll just see, eh? Here we go. Lee into a fish. We're unsure what it is at the moment. It's on the surface. It's a ray. It's a ray. Cracking angling as always, mate. As you can see there, lads, there's a lot of weed running through at the moment, causing us a few problems. But as always, Mr. Burns is on the fish. Here we have it, guys. Lee on the mighty loop rig. Beautiful small eye. What size was it, Lee?
8 pound 14.
Beautiful fish. On the same rig was one of those pest dogfish. But yeah, well done, mate. Let's get him back. Look at that. You can see how the temperature has dropped with the mist coming up the river mouth into the actual body of the sea. Unbelievable to see. Probably an image you don't see very often. But today, you never know. Could turn out to be a good day. Lovely image. That's what it's all about. Being out here on a nice, crisp, fresh morning, doing what we love. Fantastic. As you can see there in the distance, you got Lee baiting up his loop rig with the fantastic bait from Southwest Sea Baits, the squid, the pilchards, and the all fantastic anchovies. Come on, Lee, you can do this. Someone's got to have a good day. Here we go. A pilchard on a dongle, getting ready to be sent out there. You watch this man cast. Smooth as silk. Beautiful. Here we have it. Small-eyed ray. It's always difficult when you're doing the filming and doing the fishing, but to catch a ray is always a bonus. It's not the smallest ray I've ever caught. It's definitely not the biggest. But you know what? On a day like today, they all count. Let's get him back. Right then, down to a bit of history about myself and Spooligan ambassador Lee Byrne. Me and Lee have known each other now for 35, 40 years? 35 years. At least 35 years. We lived round the corner from each other when we were kids. And just like it is today, our passion was fishing. And that's all we ever did. I can remember way back then, finishing school, coming round your house with a load of old Mitchell multipliers.
626s or something.
Yeah,
like that,
any old multiplier with a level wind and a hacksaw, sitting in your bedroom, cutting off the level wind, filing it down, taking it apart into a million bits, oiling it, putting it back together and going up what's known as Buttrell's Field and casting the lengths of football pitches. But yeah, there were some great days. You know, and I remember at this time of year, especially this time of year, waiting for that all important Christmas Day and Father Christmas coming and leaving us a fishing rod downstairs by the fireplace, grabbing it, getting on my bike, running over to Lee's, getting his rod, getting on our bikes and running our way down to the Green Light, Cod Central back in them days, because we used to have a fair few cod back then, didn't we?
That was a long time ago, mate, and yeah, that's right.
Very long time ago.
Good old Nell's Point.
Yeah, Nels, but we used to fish with old friend of ours now lives up north of England, Ian Batt. Well, that man could catch a fish.
Legend.
To be
Absolute
fair,
legend.
that man could catch a fish, and the conversations we've had of late with him, he's still doing it by all accounts.
Yeah. Fishing's really well up. I think it's Yorkshire coast that way. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
up the Yorkshire coastline. He keeps sending us pictures of cod in the summer,
Crab in the freezer.
and crabs this big in the freezer. We ask him to send them down, but funnily enough, his phone died, and we never get a message for a few weeks. But Ian, if you're listening and you're watching, get some of them crabs down here and get yourself down here. Come and show us how it was done back in the day, because at present the cod are very elusive along this coastline, as many anglers already know. So
I don't even think I bother fishing for them anymore. It's that difficult now. And like I say, I'm not sure if the fishing's changed or whereas technology's moved on, we're making it hard for ourselves. I think
sometimes we overthink things, maybe.
Yeah.
And you know, we look at the past and how good things were in the past, and try and hold on to that. But it's definitely different. It's definitely changed. I mean, we fished some of the venues. I know that we fished Nels Point a couple of years ago, and I think I did a post on one of my channels to say that I haven't fished this venue for 20 years. I had a £6 or something cod. Don't get me wrong, it was the only bite I've had.
It was, yeah.
And I've fished there since and blanked. So I know that we moved on to the right-hand side of Nels that night, and you had a couple of codling there, didn't you?
Yeah.
But other than that, more so up towards Cardiff foreshore and that way, and the Newport area is still having cod. But yeah, we've known each other for many, many years, and this is why he's involved with Spooligan Fishing and one of our first ambassadors for the company, because his length of knowledge and experience over the years can only be beneficial to the company. So Lee himself is the idea behind the Spooligan ding. When Lee put that idea to us, our answer was, why hasn't nobody thought of this previously? What a great idea. I ran it to Craig. He then quickly got into design, got the prototypes out to Lee, and the rest is history, as they say. They're now available on the VMO website, and they've been selling really, really fast. They're in two colours, clear and orange at the moment. Orange is the Spooligan colour of choice, but we do have clear for them tackle tarts out there, let's say. But yeah, what was the idea behind the ding, Lee?
It was kind of, I was speaking to a lot of anglers, I turn up a lot of venues and they say, oh, you're using the dongle, we can't get on with it, it's too much of a faff. When we do use it, the bait don't stay on, and so on and so forth. So I just sat there and I thought, there's got to be a solution. And to be honest with you, it started off, I was thinking large sequin, maybe put a cut into it, slide it on, but obviously
quite soft.
It's soft. It wouldn't.
And you pull that off easier.
Yeah. It wouldn't take the battering. So then, obviously, I came up with that idea, and I thought to myself, use this right, made right. I think it'll do the job. And to be honest with you, like you say, when the idea went forward to yourselves, Craig literally came up with exactly what
genius.
I had. Yeah,
that man is a technical genius.
Absolute phenomenal.
The disappointing thing for me is, having a carp fishing background, I should have thought of that. It's a boilie stop on a boilie rig, because the dongle is essentially a beefed up carp hair rig, and that's something I should have thought
absolutely,
of.
Absolutely. It's some simple things that are just kind of overlooked, if you like.
And that's the thing with Spooligan. Spooligan is simple products, innovative products that, over the years people should have thought of them.
Yeah,
and they haven't.
Absolutely. No, not at all. Not at all. Like I say, if it wasn't for the fact of different, it was all styles of anglers, but they've obviously seen the dongle being used, other channels, this, that, and the other. They've tried it. It's just been a faff for them. And like I say, the bait's been pulling off. I had it myself. When I first started using it, I just wasn't plugging it right. And like I say, the idea is, excuse the pun, but it's like ding.
Yeah.
And
that's it, yeah.
And it's in production. And do you know what? It's exactly how I imagined it. It's fair play. It'd be nice. And I have kind of looked into it a bit more. It would be nice to bring it out on a slightly smaller scale as well.
Yeah, just for the smaller baits. Yeah,
just for those, like you say, them tackle tarts. It'll still do the same job, I think.
And this is the job of Spooligan ambassadors, giving us this all important information, all important help to make sure that we get the products right for all anglers. A smaller ding is definitely something that we will look at now. you guys, you know, drop some comments in the video here below. Give us some ideas what it is you'd like to see, because you know what, even if the idea isn't that great, it might lead to something else, and we'll always give everyone recognition for bringing ideas to us. So yeah, you know, Lee, thanks for the ding. It's a great product.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, I'm not a dongle user myself as such, but I can see the benefits of it. I have used it. I used it in testing. I found it to be great. But you know, my go-to rig is the pulley panel and the loop rig. And you know, I don't think I'll ever change from that, because it catches me fish. Don't get me wrong, not today, but that's going to change hopefully. So, but yeah, thanks to my ambassadors. Special thanks to Lee, because without his input, the thing would never be born.
So I get a few anglers asking me about my success on small eyes at Ogmore. This success is all down to the loop rig. I don't use a long loop rig, 3 foot, if not smaller. 3 hooks. I'll just show you how I bait it up personally. I always start off with a top hook, a very small piece of sand eel, as you can see. A lot of anglers overgun them. You've got to remember, small eyes, they have got small mouths. They can be very, very aggressive, but I see a lot of anglers overgunning the loop rig, big baits, and missing fish. The way I do it, it's just so simplified, and I get the results. So I cut the squid, 2 little fillets like that. That's all you need. Like I say, small piece of sand eel, back to back, bit of cotton, eventually go bind it on nice and tight. And there's basically your top hook. Trim off your excess, pull the stop down, that's your top hook. I move on to the bottom, same process. As you can see, there's not a great amount of cotton really. Go up and down 3 times. Excess again. That's both snuds. Baited up. As you can see, small baits. And there we have it. The loop rig in all its form. My favourite go-to rig. From scare right the way through to Witch's Point. That's all you need. Simplified, and it's as simple as it gets.
Well, well, well. A little turn up for the bucks here down at Ogmore. A baby turbot. Don't get me wrong, not a fish I was fishing for, but I haven't seen one of these for years. So yeah, I'm over the moon. Let's get him back to his family. go again. Mr. Burns into another ray. This one on the surface, 100 yards out possibly. Surface. Looks like another good small eye.
Here it is, another fish, falls from the loop rig. Nice little male, tiniest of bites, smashing them all the way in now. Back.
It's the first session out for about a week and a half now, for myself anyway. I know that the team have been out on numerous marks and catching rays and eels at the moment, but as you all know, last week on Friday, 24th of November at 7 PM was the all-important Spooligan fishing product launch. I have to say thank you to VMO and all their staff for the help and support they give us for that evening, and to get a message from Harry 3 minutes past 7 to say products are selling and selling fast. It's mind-blowing. It's definitely a moment that me and my partner Craig will remember. You know, we put a lot of heart and soul into this company and products and producing things for you guys, the anglers out there. Yeah, definitely a good moment for the both of us. So hands down, thank you to Harry and your team. I do believe now that we've got a great relationship building, and Team Spooligan and Team VMO have definitely got a bright future. Looking into the future for Spooligan, our second order for VMO is now in production and will be ready at the beginning of next week. We also have, if lucky and if signed off tomorrow on final testing day, a 6th product for Spooligan fishing. It's a product now that the ambassadors have had for about 2 to 3 weeks and had no complaints, if I'm honest. So things are looking promising for tomorrow. I just want to have a final test, a final sign off, and then production will be underway tomorrow evening, and hopefully we can get product ready for the VMO website, ready for their next order and ready for you guys to start ordering. I've put this morning behind me now. Things are looking positive. The sun's coming up. It's a lovely, lovely morning. I'm starting to warm up. Whether it is starting to warm up around me, who knows? I've been busy moving about, casting, rebaiting, filming videos, chatting to other anglers, having a catch up, and I just totally forgot about how cold it's been. So I'm happy. Live bite. Last cast for Lee.
Have a look, shall we?
Here we go. Possibly ray number 4 or 5. He's out straight on the surface. He's hooked straight into that, straight on the surface, guys. Unbelievable. He's got to be 80 yards out there, what do you reckon?
So there we are, as prior to baiting up the loop rig. Last cast, double shot, nice 9 pound smallite, little white in the boot. So all in all, good day's fishing. If you have any questions at all about the loop rig or fishing at Ogmore with it, you can find me on Instagram, or you can contact the boys through the Spooligan website. So yeah, it's been a good day, enjoyed it, always a great time with John, plenty of fish. Catch you soon.
Beautiful. All return safely to fight another day. Right then everyone, as you can see, we're back at the van. It's been cold, interesting day. I've had a few fish out, especially Lee. I think he's had 3 or 4, maybe 5 small-eyes,
5 small eyes,
whiting, countless dogfish. We were pestered with them at one stage. I've had that small turbot and small-eyed for myself. However, it's been good, it's been fun. We've had a good catch-up, a little bit of reminiscing about the old days.
as always.
And I guess it's on to the next one. So keep your eyes out on the Spooligan Fishing and the VMO YouTube channels for more videos. And listen, we'll see you soon, guys.
Have a good one, lads.